Welcome back, Halo followers. Today I want to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of Season 2. Now that a few days have passed since Season 2 is released on May 3rd, people have a lot to say about it. The feedback is rolling in, and 343 has admitted that there is a few big problems that they need to address very fast, including something that is gun jamming. Gun jamming is when you're firing your weapon and it stops firing, kind of like maybe in real life, but this is a video game. And it is actually a bug, as well as 343 removing a massive feature that has been a part of the community for many years. I don't know if this is a part of the broader audience direction that they're trying to take Halo, but they are listening to feedback very closely and taking it to heart, so I don't know what's going to happen with the skill jumping here, but we'll talk about that later. Has Season 2 revived Halo Infinite? I think not, actually. You look at the Steam chart numbers, and this is just Steam chart. There's still the Xbox Series X and Xbox One numbers that are not available to us and are probably generally much higher than people playing Halo on PC, so I would say maybe 3 times higher. So we probably have a lot more people than this, obviously, a lot more people playing this, but just looking at the general trend of Halo Infinite population, Steam charts most likely represents what we're seeing on Xbox, just with different numbers that are a bit higher. But you know, it peaked at 17,000 players on Steam. It went from 3,000 to 17,000, which is a good jump, but not nearly as high as it should be. That's what the numbers were back in February. So now we are slowly trending back down, getting less players every day, and it is probably going to be right back down to that 3,000 to 4,000 players a day at any given time playing Halo Infinite, which is pretty upsetting. So yes, Season 2 dropped with quite a lot of content, and people are digging into a lot of leaks. There's a lot of content available for the game, but one thing that I did find pretty strange now that Season 1 is over is that we still don't have a lot of pieces, like this post pointed out by Big Bad Bam. He said the Heroes of Reach Battle Pass has come and gone, and we still can't wear these shoulders from actual Heroes of Reach. This also includes, I think, a lot of helmets too. Just a lot of content that has been held behind a paywalls, as well as no content walls. I mean, it's inside the game, but it just was never available to us, which is very strange considering that 343 broke their promise of having tons and tons of millions of options of customizing our Spartans on day one, and they had the content and they never even used it. What the heck is going on? Another huge controversy with Season 2 that really no one told us about until it was too late is that they remove skill jumping. This is where players are able to jump on side panels on the maps or little pipes or something and get to parts of the map that weren't really probably designed to be used that way, but regardless do take skill and is a big part of, I think, the pro community as well as a whole niche sub-community, right, of skill jumping. So it is a whole thing. It's a tradition. It's a culture that has been in Halo for a very long time. I believe since Halo 2. This is something that 343 intentionally went out of their way without telling anyone about to remove in Season 2. And this is crazy. So Blaze put it this way: someone literally had to go out of their way and spend valuable time to remove features that are important to major sub-communities of their game, not only invalidating the time commitment of those who are already invested learning and teaching, but deterring them from continuing. Bubba, actually, was what he replied to, was honestly why jumps are hard enough to perform as in Halo Infinite, and learning them takes time, care, dedication, and effort. Players invest so much time building up skills and evolving the game. This shouldn't be seen as a bad thing. We just want to be heard. I gotta say that this is the strangest thing that I've seen come out of Season 2, that I don't know how this really adds to the game. It's just like the player collision, where they literally straight up admitted that most players want player collision back, but they know best. And I find it strange that there is still this culture of development behind 343, even at this point, where they remove huge things without telling us, without explaining, without being like communicating those things ahead of time, going into adding features that no one asked for or wanted and have failed in the past, like this whole narrative thing. I mean, this is like Spartan Ops. The writing is weird. There's that Crash Bandicoot character in the cutscenes, by the way, spoiler for this cutscenes. There's like this weird AI that's just like, I don't know, it feels weird, but I have some criticism for Season 2. I do want to talk about the things that I do enjoy. later, but Unishek said, "We've seen the feedback around changes that impacted various multiplayer jumps and campaign speedrun strategies. We're not at the point where we can promise anything yet, but we want to be transparent and say we're taking the feedback seriously and reviewing options internally. Just press undo." That's all you have to do, right? To help make things right, we'll be granting 5 XP boost and 5 challenge swaps to anyone who logs in while Interference is live. Next week, we'll also be reducing the difficulty of some event challenges and making it so that completing them earns you 2 levels on the event pass. And so he goes on to talk about how, for the Interference event, Last Spartan Standing challenges should now be more accurate and help you earn rewards. There was this problem, I think it is still a problem, is that when you're playing Last Spartan Standing and once you lose all your lives and you leave the match, you wouldn't have any XP. Well, if you just start another game and then you back out of that once you're done playing that one, then you see XP for the previous match, not the one you just played. They say there may also be a delay if you leave early, but all progress should count once the match finishes in the background. The jamming that happens to semi-automatic weapons, most notably the BR, is not an intended mechanic. Boy, I am glad to hear that, right? I didn't think it was, but I'm glad they clarified. It's a bug that was introduced when addressing a rapid fire exploit. We're working on a fix now. So this is something that I think still has not been addressed. And at this point, it's been a couple of days now. And I don't know, at the time of this recording this video, I haven't seen any talk about a gun jamming fix, but that's quite bizarre. Now, I do want to talk about the good things about Season 2. I mean, obviously, it launched late. It launched with a lot of, few features, but I gotta say the features and maps that it did release, it did deliver on those. The map Catalyst is very fun. It feels like a Halo map, just like Behemoth. I would hold it right next to Behemoth as to the 2 maps in Halo Infinite that do genuinely feel like they were created by Bungie back in the day, right? I could see them being Halo 3 or, Halo Reach maps or something, right? We also do have the map Breaker, and I do love this map. I haven't explored it too much. I would love to play CTF or something on it. There was a little bit of controversy about Last Spartan Standing on the map Breaker, and this is because people kind of load in with their friends, and I think it's pretty obvious why you want a free-for-all battle royale to load up with your friends is because y'all would work together. Now, this is a great start to something very awesome. I can't wait for this to actually become something of battle royale. I honestly think battle royale would be more fun than Last Spartan Standing. That's just my personal opinion. You could totally disagree with it, but that's just because I think Last Spartan Standing is a little bit repetitive. I don't know. That's probably because I die off too early. I don't know. But King of the Hill, like these other modes and maps, did deliver. It is super fun. And I just, every match I play of King of the Hill is just really fun. And it's something that I think is going to be crazy with 24 players. I would really love to do a custom game if custom games weren't acting up so bad. That's something that's a problem. And also the opacity and thickness of player outlines can now be adjusted. As a conclusion to this video, I gotta say, listen, 343, don't remove content that fans want or even things that are a part of entire sub-communities, right? This is what destroyed Machinima, was 343 not taking care of theater like it should have back in Halo 4 and 5, and Machinima are pretty much dead. And now they're killing off the skill jump community, which I think is really bad considering that there's only at any given time probably 20-30,000 people playing this game now every day. So this is a problem. It's something that I do seriously worry about 343's culture of just kind of jumping the gun on removing huge things without thinking about it. It's like they have to make every single mistake in the book to learn anything, which is unfortunate. And you would think at this point that they would be better at this, but they're just not, and we have to just help them along. And now there's skill jumping right now is gone, and there's also a few other things, and now there's these weird issues like gun jamming. I mean, tell me another game that has gun jamming issues. Like, why is that an issue? What the heck is going on here? But they're listening to our feedback, so that's good. I wish these issues were more quickly taken care of, other than multiple days. I don't know if it's going to be weeks before the gun jamming thing is taken care of. Who knows, honestly. I don't know what is going on there at 343. People are loading into matches that are almost finished, like 1 minute 30 seconds from finishing, which is not a good feeling. And you know, I don't know. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. That has been my season 2 quick recap. I know I'm a little bit late to all this. I've had a pretty tough week and have just had to take a little bit of a break from YouTube. But I do want to get back into YouTube much more this month and in the next week too. So yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one soon. Thanks so much for watching, and peace. All right, you take care.